Howdy y'all, Christi here with Little Salty Homesteader. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am actually going to be transplanting out some Groninger Brussels sprouts. Now it is like 100 degrees outside today, so it is quite hot, but I am under the shade cloth, so since these won't be in the direct sunlight, it should be okay to go ahead and transplant them out without it giving them too much shock. They've been hardening off gradually over the last 2 weeks, and they have spent the last 48 hours completely outside, most of that in direct sunlight, so they should be pretty acclimated to the heat that has been turned on here in Texas. So whenever you're transplanting any sort of crop, you want to make sure that your soil that you're transplanting into is nice and prepared. So the way that I'm going to be preparing this bed that these are going into is I'm actually just going to amend each planting hole for each of the Brussels sprouts. So I'm going to be adding some organic Dr. Earth's tomato and vegetable fertilizer. I'm going to be adding some earthworm castings, and I'm also adding blood meal for these Brussels sprouts. Because Brussels sprouts are a brassica and they do require a lot of leaves and leaf growth, they are heavy nitrogen feeders, and that blood meal is going to give them an extra shot of nitrogen while they do that. Now, the fertilizer and the blood meal are slow release fertilizers, so in between those slow fertilizer applications, I'm also going to be applying a liquid fertilizer in the form of Alaska fish emulsion. That is fantastic for just like a quick spot of nutrients. You use it as like a foliar spray, so it will go directly onto the leaves, and it's quick absorbing nutrients for the plant compared to the slow release of the granulated fertilizer. So I'm going to put you guys down into the bed, and hopefully you can see it. There's like a lot of leafy growth going on in here, so I'm gonna have to find the optimum place to put you guys, but you'll be able to see how transplanting these little vegetable seedlings out into the garden works. So we have about 7 Brussels sprouts that are going to be transplanted into here. This bed is like 9 foot long, so I'm going to space them about a foot apart. And I'm going to start right here where this bolt is, and just going to dig a little bit, and then I'm going to add my amendments. I'm going to give that a stir. I want to mix the soil in so the fertilizer doesn't burn those little tender roots there. And then I'm going to use this tool to pry the Brussels sprout plant out of the seed study tray. And this actually has 2 plants, so I'm going to just remove the weakest of the 2 plants and just plant the one. There we go. All right, it's that simple. So I'm just going to do the rest all the way down. Get rid of my trash here. So I do see some roly-polies in here, so hopefully that doesn't cause too many problems. If you've been following me all year this year, you'll know that whenever I planted out my spring and summer garden, the roly-polies really went ham on a lot of my little tender crops. So not looking forward to dealing with those, but hopefully they don't like Brussels sprouts. All right, where is, it's up here. All right. Again, this is another one with 2, so Just gonna get rid of the smaller one. It's always like a risky decision. I never know, like, was that a mistake? Is the late bloomer going to be the stronger one? But, you know, just go with it. All right, made pretty quick work of that. You can see them there all along the back row, and they do still look here, all along the back row here. They do still look a little bit sad, but that soil, whenever I pulled them out of the seed starting tray, was quite warm. So I think now that they're in this much cooler soil, they will perk right up and they're really gonna start growing really well. All right, that is basically my transplant method for most of the crops that I transplant out. I will directly amend the spot that those plants are going into instead of trying to amend the entire space. Now, the only kind of exception to that is if I'm building a brand new space. I want to make sure that the entire thing is filled with completely new, healthy, nutritious, rich soil. Because I grow year-round and I'm constantly swapping plants in and out and planting new things, sowing new seeds, transplanting new things out, I just kind of amend as I go. One, it's a little bit more affordable rather than trying to amend 5 beds at once plus containers and all of those things. I amend as I plant. That way it's getting like super nutrient rich soil from the jump. And then here in a few weeks, I will come top dress all of the beds and stuff with just compost, some really rich compost. There's a source that the city of Plano, which isn't too far from me, it's like 30 minutes, they make their own compost, and you can purchase it by the cubic foot bags for like $6. That's pretty affordable. I know that you can also get it by the truckload, but I don't have a truck, so I can't really do like the bulk thing. So the bag works just fine for me. I will come through and I will put probably a good inch of compost in each of these raised beds, and then I will put some in all of the grow bag quad things that I have as well, the 3 in front of the greenhouse and then the one in between those 2 raised beds over there, and I will kind of top dress anything else that I may have planted elsewhere. Like if I have herbs over in the green stalk, I will top dress those, make sure they're getting lots of nutrients. But other than that, the fertilizer straight into the planting hole has worked really well for me for a few seasons now. But if you liked today's transplant video and you want to see more content like this, because there is plenty more fall garden to plant, feel free to like, subscribe, comment, do all those different YouTube-y things. It's greatly helping my channel. But until next time, stay cool, because it's a hot one, and go find a way to get those garden manicures. Bye! So this is a few hours after the Brussels sprouts were transplanted. Just wanted to show you guys that they did perk up and they are adjusting well to their new homes in the shade. Sorry, I'm weaving you guys through eggplants and eggplant stakes here. But you can see that they're perking up quite a bit and they're looking much less droopy than they were looking whenever they were in the seed starting tray.